Mrs. Golis and our ESL students will lead us in the pledge. Thank you. Please continue to stand. I'd like to welcome East Hartford High School student Lillian Bertrand, who will sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last streaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched was so gallantly streaming, and the rockets were glad, the bombs were singing out, guiding proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, set us that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Lillian. Please be seated. Hello, everyone. My name is Anthony Mangiafico, and I am the Director of East Hartford Adult and Continuing Education. Before I begin my remarks, I would like to give all of our graduates and award recipients a big round of applause. You have certainly earned it. I would like to formally welcome everyone to the 47th commencement of East Hartford Adult Education. We have many dignitaries in our audience, and I would like to thank each of them for coming tonight. You will be hearing several of them throughout the ceremony. Thank you to East Hartford Mayor Marcia Leclerc for being here tonight. Thank you to Mr. Glenn Peterson from the State Department of Education. I would also like to thank our superintendent, Mr. Nathan Quinnell, as well as our assistant superintendent of secondary education, Ms. Anne Marie Mancini. We also have many members of our Board of Education here tonight on the stage and I believe in the audience, including our chairperson, Mr. Brian Hall, who you'll be hearing from later as well. We are very fortunate at East Hartford to have such a dedicated Board of Education that regularly attend our graduations and is a big supporter of adult education. We also have State Representative Jeff Curry, who's in the audience tonight, so thank you for being here. We also have Town Council Member Michael Kirker, who is also on stage with us tonight. And for anyone that I missed that's in the audience, thank you for being here tonight. And we also have a special guest speaker that you'll be hearing from a little bit later tonight, Mr. James Tillman. So thank you for being here tonight. Senator Chris Murphy could not be here tonight, but he did send me a letter that I will post on social media tomorrow. I'll read a portion of that letter right now. Every day, East Hartford Adult Education addresses students and communities who require specific services to their educational needs. Whether it is a student seeking their high school diploma, English as a second language students, or students who became United States citizens, your school provides a pathway to knowledge for those with a passion to learn. The education you provide is changing lives. So thank you again to Senator Murphy. This past school year has been very exciting for East Hartford Adult Education. In addition to our evening site here at East Hartford High School and our daytime location at New Covenant United Methodist Church, we opened up a third site at the Early Childhood Learning Center at Hockenham School. Since October, we have offered daily ESL and GED classes at that location. Now, town residents have the option of taking morning, afternoon, or evening GED and ESL classes. Thanks in part to our new location and our enhanced recruiting practices, we have increased our student body from 199 students last year to 269 students this year, an increase of 35%. Thank you, we're very proud of that as well. Tonight, East Hartford Adult Education is proud to graduate 26 students. We will also celebrate 3 new United States citizens, and we will be awarding 19 ESL certificates for attendance and achievement. Last year, I focused my graduation speech on how our students are pursuing a second chance at the American dream. All of our graduates and honorees have pursued high school diplomas or taking classes to improve their English language skills in order to find better jobs or go on to college, in order to provide a better life for themselves and for their families. Many of our students are parents and work full-time or sometimes multiple jobs and yet still find time to attend our classes. In this information age where everyone is constantly on the go, you, our students, find time to attend our classes and find time to work on your own learning, which will never stop. And again, I applaud you for that. This past year, we had students in our GED, ESL, and citizenship classes from 27 countries and 5 continents. We had Mexico, Italy, El Salvador, Peru, Colombia, Nigeria, Ghana, Vietnam, Syria, and Laos, just to name a few. Our students speak 16 different languages and the range of ages is from 17 on through their 60s. Here at East Hartford Adult Education and across adult education facilities across the great state of Connecticut, we accomplished quite a bit with a relatively modest budget. And despite what you may have heard, our students are learning every single day with our instructors leading daily engaging lessons. If you came to visit any of our classes, the last thing you would see is any kind of adult daycare. I can assure you that all of our classes are conducted in a safe environment where students treat each other with respect and treat our staff members with respect. In our most recent survey that was conducted in April of this year, when students were asked, do you feel that your instructors care about you? 100% of our students answered with always. Let me say that one more time. 100% of our adult learners feel that their instructors always cared about them throughout their time with our program. And that's because of our instructors, so thank you, instructors. This is the kind of school district that East Hartford is and will always be. A place where students, whether it is an elementary, middle, high school, or adult student, is not ignored or just passed through until he or she has a diploma. Students earn a diploma and an education here in East Hartford. It is a place where I am proud to work and a place where our instructors tend to stay for decades. Our very own ESL facilitator and instructor, Susan Amon, has been with East Hartford Adult Education for 22 years. The most important part of our program, though, is not me or even our instructors, it is our adult learners. Tonight we honor one student who became an American citizen on April 13th and then became a GED graduate 6 days ago. We will also honor a credit diploma student who persevered and finished the credits she needed to earn her diploma despite going through personal hardships as her son was hospitalized for a serious illness. And you will also hear from a Syrian refugee that has been a tremendous asset to our program. Diversity makes us stronger, and as you can see from the number of diploma recipients and the number of countries represented in our program, East Hartford only continues to get stronger each and every year. Thank you very much. And now I would like to welcome East Hartford Mayor Marcia LeClaire.
Greetings, everyone. This is my favorite time of year when people who are striving to educate themselves and take the next journey in their life to be here while I see you walk the stage. Congratulations to each of you. Congratulations to the family and friends that have come here to help support you on this journey. The first step that you take is always the hardest step. We know that every action has a reaction, and every motion propels you farther and farther towards your goal. So I want to tell you to never stop moving. Never stop moving. Keep moving, because every time you move in one direction, and that's forward. And education is a lifelong learning. It will take you where you want to go. And we build on education, whether it's self-taught or informal institution. This will never, ever go unused. And so today I stand here to say that I'm very proud of each and every one of you. I'm very proud of the actions that you have taken, and very proud that you continue to move. And I look forward to knowing each and every one of you and looking towards your future achievements. Thank you. As I said, I'm very proud of you, but I know the town of East Hartford is very proud of you as well. Congratulations to you.
Thank you, Mayor LeClaire. The East Hartford Board of Education is a big supporter of adult education, and 2 of its members serve on the East Hartford Adult Education Advisory Committee. I would now like to welcome the chairperson of the Board of Education, Mr. Brian Hall.
Good evening. Good evening. Thank you, Justin. Good evening. Good evening. To all the graduates, family and friends, principal, mayor, fellow board members, superintendent, and State Department of Education, glad to have you. And I'm also glad to see you here, Mr. Tiller. Looking forward to hearing from you. This is the first graduation for the East Hartford Public Schools, and it's a great occasion to open up the graduation season. There are some events that I look forward to months in advance, and this is one of them. It is remarkable to see and hear some of the stories and challenges that many of the graduates have overcome. Your desire to complete your high school requirements, get your GED, or receive one of the other certificates offered by the adult education program. You are a special and intelligent group of individuals who decided that life challenges were not going to stop you from reaching this accomplishment. You are parents. You have jobs. You have been through the spectrum of life, from good and not so good days, good years and not so good years. I don't call them bad days because if you got life, you can turn anything around. You have seen others continue in a downward spiral because of choices they have made. But each of you knew that there was something special about yourself. So what? Speed bumps slowed you down. So what? Choices you made may bring you low to the ground. So what? We may have got off track of shining like the stars we are. You and only you made the decision to get it right. Get back on track. That's why we're here tonight. We're here tonight to show those that gave up on you that you still have the will to fight. You made the decision that will benefit you for the rest of your life. You believed in yourself. You are sitting here because doubt couldn't stop you. Fear couldn't block you. Uncertainty couldn't hold you. And the streets couldn't mold you. You rolled up your sleeves. You took the first step on the path to success. I can't wait to see what you're going to do. Not that you have brought out the best in you, because tonight shows that you are that shining star. Stay strong and hold on. Reach for your dreams and goals. You are closer now than you were ever before. I know you got this. No doubt, can you feel it too? We aren't going away. We want to see you reach your dreams and goals too. No more fake love in your life. No need to be bad and bougie. No more goosebumps when challenges come. You are the ones that bounce back, strong and ready. You just added a major tool to your toolbox. So now it's no problem. Keep going. Stay steady. Let's jump in the Cadillac and put some miles on it. Anything you want, just to put a smile on it. Because you deserve it, baby. You deserve it all. And this diploma is giving it to you. Congratulations to the class.
Thank you, Mr. Hall. That's why I spoke first and let him speak after me. So he's so great every time he comes here. This past year, 3 of our students took the United States Naturalization Exam and became United States citizens. In order to become a citizen, students must be interviewed in person, which includes questions about their citizenship application packet and other background questions. Students must also study 100 civics questions and then successfully answer 6 out of 10 questions correctly that are asked of them during the interview process. Some questions include, the idea of self-government is in the first 3 words of the United States Constitution. What are these words? The House of Representatives has how many voting members? And what are 2 cabinet-level positions? Then there's an English language portion of the test which has 3 parts, reading, writing, and speaking, where students must read aloud and correctly write English sentences. Our ESL facilitator, Susan Amon, and our citizenship instructor, Kathy Ladd, will now present these certificates.
Good evening. I'd like to say welcome to Mr. Mangiafico, honored guests, graduates, family members. Thank you all for being here. This is a very, very special night. 3 years ago, approximately, I was fortunate to become a member of the East Hartford Adult Education Program. I want to say this now that I could not be happier or more proud to work with such dedicated teachers, staff members, and such hard-working students. They show this to me every day in class. Up until this year, I worked exclusively with CDP and some GED students. This year, I was presented the unique opportunity to become the citizenship teacher for our adult ed program. To cover fully how much this class has given me, how much I have learned from each and every one of my students who come from all parts of the world would literally take hours. But I won't do that to you. Instead, I just want to recognize the 2 students that I was fortunate to work with personally, and I'm glad that one of them just came. I wasn't sure if she was going to make it. First, I'd like to have Esther Dobe come up. Esther's from Ghana. Esther just recently passed her citizenship test, and I'm looking forward to seeing her at her ceremony. Again, at this point, as Mr. Mangiafico had just mentioned, I think it's important to understand that when all of these students go through the citizenship classes and prepare for this test, this is not an easy test, and I found that out myself. They prepare so much for so much of the history. They start right at the beginning of the United States history, go all the way through to the present. They have to know about the complete structure of the United States government. And boy, I'll tell you, all the questions they asked me, I've learned a lot, for sure. The next student that I'd like to call up, who is actually going to be recognized twice tonight, is Serena Frank. Serena comes to us from Italy. Serena passed her test, and I was fortunate enough to be invited by Serena to her ceremony. It was in April, And I want to tell you that by the end of the ceremony, we were in Haven at the courthouse, and Serena, along with about 30 other people, received their citizenship. Literally everyone was in tears. The judge was wonderful, the whole ceremony was wonderful, and I couldn't be prouder of Serena for another reason. After she went through this whole process, Serena took her own time and sat down with me, knowing that I was a new citizenship teacher, explained the whole interview process to me so that I could bring that back to the rest of the students and better help prepare them. That's what East Hartford adult education is all about. Thank you.
Thank you, Susan and Kathy, and congratulations to all of our brand new American citizens. I would now like to call our citizens. I would now like to welcome up our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Nathan Quinnell.
Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure and a treat to be here, and really excited to share tonight and get a chance to share in your moments of joy for a few moments. Tonight is always a special night, as mentioned for me. It kicks off our season of celebration of people who have finished a journey and completed a course and are stepping out into that new place of opportunity. So tonight I had an opportunity to, and this doesn't always happen for me, but I got a chance to sneak home for dinner before coming here. When I got home, my 11-year-old daughter asked me and said, "Hey, you know what, I'd really like to go with you wherever you're going tonight." It's kind of interesting when 11-year-olds do that. And I was really excited to bring my daughter Mia here tonight, because tonight is an opportunity for me to share a little bit of the story of what East Hartford really is all about. And that's a story about you. And this month I sent out an email to our faculty and staff, and I try to do that on a monthly basis about things that I think about or something that I can do to inspire people to keep working hard and keep staying on the right path. And the image that's been in my head recently I want to share with you tonight, and I'm going to share it really briefly, and you've probably already heard of it before somewhere, but it's an old story. It's a Greek mythology story. So like this is the stories of the gods and the goddesses and all those things. So take it for what it is a little bit, and I'll get a meaning out of this in a second. Just bear with me. And it's a story of a guy named Sisyphus who was doomed to hell. And the failure is that every day he would roll a rock up a hill, and every night it would come back down. You ever heard this story? And every day he would do the same thing. He'd push it forward, and it would come back down. And he'd push it forward, and it would come back down. And I've been thinking about that a lot, because sometimes that's kind of how it feels in the challenges and struggles we face. And as I was thinking about that tonight, I really thought about you. And I thought about you as our graduates, our students with credit diploma, GED, the journeys you've been on. There's maybe been points in time where you feel like you've been trying to push this rock up a hill, and no matter how hard you go, it just comes back to you. But the amazing thing tonight is the rock goes over the hill. And what the message is for you is to remember how that happened. And why it happened was because at a certain point in your life, you decided you had one more push in you before you let that rock roll down back on top of you. You were going to stick it out one more time instead of giving in to something that's beaten you in the past. You were going to refuse to give up, even when it seemed like giving up was the only thing to do. And that is such a secret that you figured out. That's a secret of success. And I couldn't be more proud of you. That lesson you've learned right now is a lesson you can duplicate over and over and over again in your life. And the other thing you can remember is different than this story I told of this guy named Sisyphus, which is a really ridiculous name, but different than him, there's a whole bunch of people on your side of this rock pushing that rock over the hill with you. And for East Hartford, we're that group behind with you pushing on that rock. So I want to encourage you and acknowledge you and honor you for what you've done. You're what East Hartford is. You're people who refuse to give in, who refuse to give up, and who refuse to settle for what it is when you know what it could be. So continue to do great things. We look forward to continue to celebrate you, and enjoy tonight with your family and your friends. God bless.
Thank you, Mr. Quinnell. I would now like to welcome Mr. Glenn Peterson, Education Division Director from the State Department of Education.
Good evening, everyone. Mr. Mangiafico said he was afraid of following Mr. Hall, and I can understand that following Mr. Cannell is no easy matter either, but I do promise to be brief. I'm very, very pleased to be here tonight. As you know, my name is Glenn Peterson. I'm Division Director at the State Department of Education, and one of the offices that I oversee is the Adult Ed Department, and we provide the funding and support for all the local programs. So I'm really thrilled to see your efforts related to our work. I'm really particularly happy to be here tonight because I was an elementary school principal in East Hartford for almost 10 years. I was the principal at the East Hartford Glastonbury Magnet School, and I was very active here in East Hartford, and it really feels like home to me. So I'm very pleased to be able to spend this time with you and share in your achievements. It's really a privilege to be standing here as part of this celebration that's really the culmination of your commitment. And I'm really echoing things that others have said, but I truly believe in something called efficacy. And that's related to the word effort. And I know how hard you've worked to make this night possible for yourselves. I'm very proud that all of you have returned to the education process. And although you've covered different paths, tonight you're united in your achievements. When you walked through those doors of East Hartford Adult Education several years ago, you acted on a desire to make a change in your lives, and that the hard work made this a reality. I hope that you're leaving tonight with your head higher, and that you're proud of the work that you have done. Your success is truly an example, and for those of you who are parents, I hope it's an example to your children, and I hope for many of you it's an example to friends of yours who need to get back into school and do what you've done and what you're doing tonight. And I think you need to be proud of the example that you're setting for others. So continue to learn, whether those are new skills, more advanced parts of skills you already know. Each new credential, each new diploma will earn you increases in your options. I hope that you continue to walk through the doors of educational opportunities, and I congratulate you on your achievements. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Peterson. We appreciate your words of encouragement. I would now like to welcome our first student speaker, ESL student Marwa Ackle. Marwa is from Syria, and she started classes with us in 2014. Marwa has been working on improving her English speaking, writing, and reading skills in order to attend college and find a job in the field of psychology. Please welcome Marwa Ackle.
Good evening. Joining East Hartford Adult Education was the most important step I have taken since my arrival to the United States. When I came over to the United States, I was very depressed and scared because I couldn't do anything on my own because of the language barrier. I couldn't schedule doctor's appointments, shop for clothes and groceries, or even ask for help when I needed it. I felt as if I was blind and deaf. But as I'm learning the English language, my confidence has improved dramatically. And I no longer feel helpless like many immigrants do when they first come to the United States. My husband searched the internet and registered me for ESL classes here at East Hartford High School. You cannot imagine how these classes have helped turn my life around. I can now communicate and be a part of the community. I got my driver's license, found a job, and I no longer need to depend on anyone like I did when I first that has forced many Syrians to leave to find a better life, and most importantly, stay alive during this crisis. I know many Syrian refugees who have found sanctuary here in Connecticut and are blessed like me to be part of this great United States. Please know that we aren't taking this opportunity for granted. I, my fellow refugees, and all of my classmates are working hard to get a good education, find good jobs, and become successful contributors to our society. On behalf of myself, my fellow ESL students, and all the immigrants that you will help in the future, I would like to thank my teachers and the staff at East Hartford Adult Education for all that you do for us. And finally, I would like to thank all of you here in the United States for giving hope and the opportunity to a better life to myself and my classmates. We are proud to be here and proud to be part of your community. Thank you.
Thank you, Mara, for that very moving and inspirational speech. East Hartford Adult Education was proud to offer 6 different ESL classes this past school year. We offered ESL level beginning, intermediate, and advanced, along with ESL civics, where United States civics instruction is embedded with traditional ESL reading, writing, and speaking lessons. We started a Monday evening coffee and conversation class where students came in with topics they wanted to discuss with our instructors, such as how to open up a bank account or how to order off a menu in a restaurant. And then we also have a morning and afternoon program that is comprised of mixed ability ESL students. Kira Inez, our program facilitator, and Susan Aman will now present our ESL Achievement Awards. So ESL students, if you could please rise.
Tonight we'll be giving 2 different kinds of awards to our ESL students. One is for the most improved in their class, and the other is for excellence in attendance, because as we know, attendance is very important in learning a new language. Our first recipient is Marina Acosta from El Salvador for excellent attendance. Ronald Calindris from El Salvador, most improved. Yeslia Diaz from Peru, most improved. Maria Guzman from Mexico, excellent attendance. Nancy Guzman from Mexico, excellent attendance. Eugenia Hernandez from Colombia, excellent attendance. Dejudley Lands from Haiti, most improved. Dorothy Marfo from Ghana, excellent attendance. No Nguyen from Vietnam. Paulina Arasaka from Peru, most improved. Mei Chan Senegal from Laos, excellent attendance. Jorge Pampa, El Salvador, most improved. Miguel Ramirez, Honduras, excellent attendance. Gamaliel Roberto Garcia from Mexico, most improved. Elizabeth Salinas from Peru, most improved. Samuel Silva from Peru, excellent attendance. Congratulations.
Thank you, Susan and Carol, and congratulations to all of our ESL recipients. We hope to see you back in the fall. We had many triumphs and successes in our adult education program this past school year. However, we did have some losses in our adult education community. Some of us lost spouses, mothers, uncles, and other loved ones. East Hartford Adult Education lost two very special people this year, and to pay tribute to these remarkable educators is Carol Inez.
Good evening, students, parents, distinguished guests, Board of Education members, our Superintendent Nick Quinnell, our Mayor Marcy LeClaire, Assistant Superintendent Anna Ray Mancini, Jeff Curry, and all the other guests. First of all, I want to remark on this extraordinary group of graduates we have tonight. Booker Washington once said that success is to be measured not so much by the position that one has reached in life, but by the obstacles which he has had to overcome while trying to succeed. This group of students has certainly succeeded. But alongside these students, there is another group to be commended this evening. That is the adult education staff. Dedicated and passionate educators who give their all every single evening. Often wearing more than one hat at a time, these professionals come to work when most are going home. Instead of spending evenings with their families, they come here and they do amazing work. They have created innovative programs and rigorous curriculum to meet the unique requirements and needs of our students. But because we are a small group, we share many things. We support each other, laugh with each other, celebrate and rejoice with each other, and yes, even cry with each other. This year, our tears overflowed as we lost two principal players, or as I like to think, family members. Tonight's program is dedicated to them. It is an honor and a privilege to speak about a special friend, David Scapino. Friend, colleague, teacher, director, mentor, husband, father, son. His name is synonymous with adult education. First as a director and then as a guidance counselor, David left an indelible mark on all of us who knew him. He was a passionate advocate for students, always encouraging them to strive and do their personal best, and believing in them, even when they no longer believed in themselves. David had tenacious patience and was a firm believer that all students could learn and graduate. And he was more than just a counselor to them. He was a friend, a mentor, and a great listener. David taught me personally all I know about adult education, and his devotion to his work for the betterment of the students' lives made it an honor and a privilege to work with him. From all of us here at Adult Education, a caring and truly cherished colleague and friend will be missed, but will never be forgotten by those fortunate enough to have known him. Rest in peace, sweet Prince. Our second loss this year was our beloved paraprofessional, Carol Coogan. No task was too difficult for her, no student too hard to handle, and every assignment given to her was done with perfection and love. Although a tiny person in stature, she was a force to be reckoned with. She loved her students as well as the teachers. She encouraged everyone around her to think better, advocate better, do better, and just be better. Carol often appeared tireless. Her positive energy and attitude was contagious. No matter what classroom she was in or what assignment she was given, she offered her students big doses of kindness and compassion. She embodied the phrase, do it with passion, or just don't do it at all. More often than not, she would jump up and down, flailing her arms, just to prove a point so a student would understand something better. Her classrooms were incredibly wonderful places where students were made to believe in themselves. Carol, thank you for being our friend. Without a doubt, the world is a better place because you were in it. Thank you for gracing our lives with your presence. Thank you for the memories. And thank you for leaving your handprint on our hearts. Rest in peace, colleague and friend. Ladies and gentlemen, it is both an honor and a privilege to present tonight's guest speaker. His name is James Calvin Tillman. And yes, I am sure many of you recognize the name. Today, Mr. Tillman is both an author and an inspirational speaker. In addition, he is also pursuing a bachelor's degree in human services at Goodwin College, where he is a community outreach assistant. I first met this remarkable man at Middlesex College in 2016. Moved to tears by his presentation, I have been pursuing him ever since in hopes that he would accept my invitation to be tonight's graduation speaker. He humbly accepted, and tonight he has a very powerful message, not only for the graduates, for the entire audience. So without further ado, it is my honor to present my new friend, Mr. James Calvin Tillman.
Good evening, teachers and staff, parents, friends, but most of all, a very good evening to all the graduates. My name is James Tillman of Glastonbury, Connecticut, number 152835. That's not my driver's license number. It is not my social security number. And it's surely not my cell phone number. That was my prison identification number. 28 years ago, I was tried and wrongfully convicted of rape, and I was sent to prison for a crime I did not commit. I spent 18 and a half years in correctional institutions in Connecticut and in Virginia. 18 and a half years innocent in prison. Yet I am here today, released from prison. A free man. I'm breathing air. I'm looking out at all your beautiful faces. God, life is good. Yet when I look out, I see myself in this crowd. We have something in common. You see, we both has been released from prison. Did you catch that? And you and I have been released from prison. But first, it came as a miracle. During my trial, maybe because there was no evidence that directly links me to the crime, I was offered a deal. I could have confessed to the crime that I didn't commit and maybe hit the street again in about 6 months. But I had to spend the rest of my life living a lie. I had to go to parties or family reunions, watch people avoid me, grab their kids when I come around. I had to list this on my employment application. But more than that, I had to carry the label. And I just couldn't do that. I need for things to be real. So I looked at the deal, 6 months in prison, admit to something I didn't do, or take my chances. I didn't even wait for the sentence to finish. I said, no way, man. I'm not taking that deal. I told the judge I'd rather do 100 years than plead guilty to a crime I did not commit. I guess the judge showed me. He threw nearly 50 years at me. Prison was hell. Pure hell on earth. I lost all my appeals. I had no possible way of getting out. But about 15 years in my sentence, I thought all hope was lost. So I turned to God and I said, if this is how you want me to live, I'll do it. But you know I'm innocent. The next day, I got a visit from the Innocent Project. 2 mysterious people in suits, Karen Goodrow and Brian Cowell, from the Connecticut Innocent Project. It was just nice to have somebody come and want to help me. It turned out that because of them two, this random act turned out to change my life. They took my case. They did DNA testings. that could prove my innocence. And I was released on June 6th. But it wasn't easy getting out. And it's not easy now. Life is hard. So how does this make me like you? I know you're asking that question. I'm going to get the answer for you. So just hold tight for a minute. While in prison, I realized my credits got screwed up. So I took courses and I earned my GED. It was one of the most valuable experiences in my life. And that makes us a lot alike. Because I got my adult education GED while I was in prison. I didn't walk, but I got it. So why are we so alike? Because we both earned freedom the hard way, lasting freedom. You see, when I got out, I realized I had a lot to learn. In fact, I realized we never stopped learning, never. So I went back to school to go to college. In my 50s, I earned my associate's degree in human service. At first, some people thought I was nuts. But I look at life as such a gift. And the lessons I learned are so valuable to me that there's a part of me that can look back at my time in prison and I can look you in the eyes and I can say it was a gift. And the gift I have, it rests with me. We both earned our freedom through education. Today isn't a period, it's a comma. Your work is not done. And that's a good thing. I know what it's like to face obstacles. I know that life can beat you down so hard that some days you don't know how you would even get up. I get what it's like to live in the shadows of society. But I'm here to tell you that there is light. And that light is found in your education. Education, it will set you free. And what you learn is the key. So when you face tough moments, and you will, don't give up. Have faith in yourself and your teachers and that which connects you to all that's keeping us moving forward. And remember a few lessons to guide you along the way. Take time to listen to people, even the ones you think is nuts. Everyone has something to teach you. Even people who treat you poorly. Take time to appreciate what you have. Everything, and I mean everything, can be taken from you. Except for one thing. Nobody can take away your ability to choose your attitude. Nobody's never going to take away my smile, my hugs, my love for life. Appreciate what you have, especially the people in your lives. Take time to understand. I was labeled for most of my life. When I was younger, I was quoted poor. When I was in prison, I was quoted a rapist. the labels were not only wrong, they didn't define me. One of my best friends is a white guy from the suburbs. Think for a minute. What happens when we hanging out together? All the labels, people chuckle on us. Yet to know him is to know that he's anything but what people expect. And the same is true of me and all of you. So understand people, all for who they are. Judge not, lest you be judged. Finally, take time to do something meaningful in your life. My life changed because 2 lawyers believed so strongly in giving back and helping people who might be wrongfully convicted. I know what you're probably thinking. I don't have a lot of time, I don't have a lot of money to give back. So what can I do? You don't need to have money or even a lot of time to spend. A couple of hours of doing something kind for somebody. Whether it's formally through a nonprofit or your own, just give back, because in giving, you reap so many rewards. But you also change lives. I'm living proof. Thank you first to Miss Carol for giving me the opportunity to walk down this aisle with the 2017 graduates of adult ed. That was better than me walking when I was supposed to walk. It's my honor of being here with me, my wife, Bridget Tillman, who I love dearly. And I just want to thank you. God bless all the graduates, all their families. May God be with you.
Thank you, Mr. Tillman, for those amazing words of encouragement and triumph. Before we present our first group of graduates, I want to tell all of you a little bit about our credit diploma program. Students are required to bring an official transcript from their last school and meet with a counselor. Students must take classes to fulfill the District 22 credit requirement. Student requirements include English, math, science, civics, U.S. history, and social studies, as well as the arts and transitions. Students are also able to acquire credit through work experience, community service, and military experience. Classes meet Monday through Thursday evenings, 3:45 till 8 p.m. As you can see, our graduates have put in quite a bit of time into earning their diplomas tonight. It is now time to present our credit diploma students. Carol Inez and our counselor, Doug Frazier, will speak about each student. So, credit diploma students, you can come on up to the stairs and wait for your name to be called.
Our first graduate is Daisy Alvarado. Daisy entered our program in 2014 from Hartford Public High School, where due to family issues, she had to withdraw. Her teachers report she's a pleasure to have in class and puts forth much effort into her work. In the future, Daisy would like to pursue a career in criminal justice, but as yet is undecided where she will apply. We wish her luck in all she does. Congratulations. Christian Argraves. Christian entered our program in January of 2017 from East Bay High School in Gibsonton, Florida. With a near-perfect attendance record, he was the most enthusiastic, motivated student who continually came prepared for class. Christian hopes to enter the military. We wish him luck in all he does.
Josue spent a lot of time commuting here from Hartford, and we give him a lot of credit because his attendance was phenomenal. He entered our program in January 2016 from Pathways at Technology Magnet School, and he has been working on getting his way up to an associate's degree in Sumter for the mechanical tech program. So we give you a lot of credit for having already graduated and already got into community college. Next we have Christina Huertas Rodriguez. Christina began our program in 2013, coming to us from Buckley High School in Hartford, under Adult Ed Center. After leaving for a little bit, she came back last year in 2016 to finish up her coursework and officially completed this past winter. So currently she is at Porter and Chester, where she is taking classes to become a dental assistant. So congratulations, Christine.
Colin Parker Williams. Colin came to us in the fall of 2015 from Center G. Since then, we couldn't be prouder of Colin. He now has a job and he's turned into a conscientious and responsible student who completed all coursework. Colin hopes to attend a technical school where he's interested in mechanics. Congratulations to Colin. Shane Sr. Shane came to us all the way from Groton, Connecticut, where he attended the Robert E. Fitch High School. He joined our program at the beginning of this year, and his goal is to apply to the Police Academy, where he would like to start as a patrolman with the East Hartford Police Force. Best wishes to Shane.
Malcolm came to us 7 years ago. Malcolm is one of the most dedicated students he has, if you can't tell by the personality. Malcolm has been the student where we call and say, come and finish. And he just keeps fighting through it. He's working, he's got this going on, and he finally did it this past trimester, finishing his last course last week to earn this. And he's looking to go to Manchester Community and get into some HVAC studies and potentially even start his own business.
For y'all, I want to know what I'll be at.
Charles Timmons. Charles came to us in the fall of 2016 from the Hartford College Academy, and he is looking to go into Goodwood College college. Yeah, change it around. And going to attend their manufacturing. We just opened this right before we walked out. So Charlie tells us that this whole process has been one of the most important things for him and his family. Walking across the stage tonight. She began her career at our adult center here at fall 2016, coming to us from the Connecticut Road Academy. Her teachers and the rest of the staff can all attest that she is one of the hardest working students we've had this past year. She has been an absolute pleasure to have in the classroom, just in the building in general, and she's already got herself in Capital Community College where she's taking classes in business. Class of 2017 credit diploma student.
Congratulations again to our credit diploma graduates. We are very excited this year to have even more GED graduates with us this evening than we did a year ago. In 2014, the GED exam became a much more rigorous computerized exam that was aligned to a high school diploma and to the skills that employers in the military were looking for: critical thinking, problem solving, and how to base an argument from text evidence. In order to pass the GED exam, students must pass all 4 sections: language arts, mathematics, social studies, and science. Students must be able to solve algebraic equations in math, analyze texts in language arts, and balance chemical equations in science, as well as use their knowledge of civics and U.S. history in the social studies portion of the exam. Karina's and GED instructor Kathy Ladd will now present our GED graduates. So GED graduates, if you can please rise and make your way to the stairs.
Good evening. Before I present the GED graduates, we have a very unique situation here tonight. Our math teacher broke her ankle in 2 places and cannot be here with us. However, she is on FaceTime with us. Miss Denise, can you hear me? The students threatened not to come unless somehow we could rig this up. I am proud to present Rohan Coates. Rohan joined our program in January of 2017, originally from Jamaica. This was his first experience in the American public school. He has a stellar attendance record. He missed only 2 classes for the entire semester. No small feat when you come 4 nights a week. All have worked with Rohan admire him for his work ethic and sincerity. He hopes to pursue a career in the medical field, and we wish him success in all he does. Serena Frank. We are so proud of Serena. Not only is she receiving her GED tonight, she has also passed the United States citizenship test. Serena studied both at Hartford and the high school, thus devoting a great deal of time and energy to achieve these accomplishments. Her motivation has certainly paid off. Congratulations, Serena. Matthew Lewis. Matthew began his career in adult education in September of 2016 after withdrawing from East Hartford High School. In January of 2017, he received his GED certificate. Matthew is interested in pursuing a career in animation, and he hopes to attend school in Florida. It was a pleasure to work with. We wish him future success. Levon Lowe. Levon entered our program in January of 2017. He was originally from Jamaica. First came to Florida, but then moved up here and decided he would come to adult ed. After taking a tour with Mrs. McCarthy to Manchester Community College, he's decided he wants to apply there. Not sure if he wants to go into the arts or into engineering. He helped Mrs. Bollier with his math class even when he got his GED. Quite frankly, we couldn't get rid of him. He still comes to every class. Congratulations. She attended classes at Hockenham School. Her future plans include attending Springfield College, where she would like to pursue a degree in social work. We wish her the best of luck. Last but never least, Jamal started coming to adult education in September of 2015, but after finishing his first year, he was unable to take the state GED exam because he didn't have an ID. But lo and behold, he walked into the office this semester with his ID, and after some review classes, he took his exam. Jamal has found employment both at FedEx and in the Environmental Service Department at the Connecticut Children's Hospital. His goal is to be an anesthesiologist, and we couldn't be prouder of her. Jason Wassel. Jason started our program in January of 2017, originally from Windsor. Jason was both motivated and determined. He also had nearly a perfect attendance record for the semester, coming 4 nights a week. He's interested in the computer field, but for now he just hopes to get a better job and buy a house. Our very best wishes to Jason. It has been an honor and a privilege to work with these students. They are hardworking, ambitious, and let me tell you, it's hard coming in at night or in the morning and then going to work and taking care of your family. They really deserve an extra special applause.
This evening is Maria Abar. Maria, can you join me on stage?
Okay, Maria, I got you.
Maria started with us in 2016 and is originally from New York. Now that she has completed her diploma with us, she has moved back to New York and plans on attending Rockland Community College. Please welcome Maria Abar.
Good evening. East Hartford Board of Education members, Mayor Leclerc, Superintendent Cornell, Adult Education Director Anthony Patrico, friends, family, and fellow graduates. My name is Maria Abar. I'm here with my husband Danny, my daughters, and my family, my sister-in-law Berlin, Wendy, and mother Milagros. Can you please stand up? That's them over there. Without your support and my faith in God, I would have been here, standing here and at graduation tonight. Thank you very much for your support. I was born in New York City. Growing up, my family relocated back and forth throughout the years, from New York City to Florida to the Dominican Republic, back and forth. Lastly, I attended New York high school but never graduated. I met my husband and got married at the age of 27. A year later, we welcomed the birth of our triplet daughters, which are turning 4 soon. Our youngest daughter was born 2 years later. So having 4 children in 3 years has kept me busy, but I never knew that achieving my high school diploma was more important than ever now that I have them. I moved to East Hartford to be close to family. I heard about the National External Diploma Program from a friend. I decided to check it out. The office staff was so positive and welcoming, and I knew immediately this was the place for me to start pursuing my high school. I took a little over a year to complete the program, and I now look forward to attending college. I plan to take courses at Rockland Community College in New York. Although I'm still undecided on major study, I'm interested in business and nursing. I want to thank the East Hartford Adult Education team for providing support and encouragement, for giving me the opportunity to fulfill my dream of securing my high school diploma. I want to give special thanks to Joyce Misadra, my assessor. She was a great support in my life. Dreams can come true. Although I didn't grow up in East Hartford, this community will always hold a special place in my heart. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria. The National External Diploma Program is our 3rd and final high school completion option. With this program, students work at their own pace to complete computer-based competencies and then meet with a trained assessor once a week to review progress. Once all of the competencies have been successfully completed, the student is awarded an East Hartford High School diploma. This program is ideal for working parents or for anyone that cannot commit to attending classes regularly. Here to present our NADP diplomas is our lead NADP assessor, Lisa McCarthy.
Thank you. It is my great pleasure to present the diplomas to our 2 graduates for the NADP program. We've just met Maria. Maria, come up. Began her evening GED program in 2015, but then she switched over to the NADP program. She loved working in the program and especially loved working with Margaret Straub, her assessor. Aileen tells us that earning her degree has made her proud of herself and that she owed it to herself to get her degree. She hopes to continue her education at either Goodland or Manchester Community College, where she hopes to enter a healthcare profession. She's also showing some interest in some manufacturing as well. Her perseverance and motivation are to be admired. Good luck in everything that you do.
Thank you, Lisa, and congratulations to our 2 NADP graduates. Before our graduates march out of the auditorium, I would like to remind all of our students and guests this evening that we have a reception in the cafeteria immediately following the ceremony, and we hope everyone will be able to join us. If you walk out the doors and follow the footsteps, Gonna take a right and another right, and we'll have some nice treats in the cafeteria. Also, Mr. Bacon has been up here videotaping this entire ceremony, and this will be up on the public school website in the next few days. So please take a look at it. We'll also post a link through our website and on social media. Graduates, please rise. Please move your tassels from the right side to the left side. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating the East Hartford Adult Education Class of 2015.
Yeah, it's official now. Congratulations. Well done. Van a salir en el canal 5, que ya no se llama canal 5, es canal 1070 o algo así. Algo en Xfinity, si tiene Xfinity, en el canal 1070, pero lo voy a poner en la internet también. Si va al sitio de Adult Education, vamos a poner el video ahí. Felicidades, señores.